Now, Fox News has been going after Janet Napolitano and some of all the right-wing guys because she said that that the system worked in the beginning. Now, obviously, she misspoke. That's a ridiculous thing to say because the guy got on the plane and the passenger tackled the guy, and it just lit on fire. It had the chemicals that he had. If it had exploded, the system would not have worked at all. She then later clarified, or as they say in political world, she walked back her statement by saying, no, the system worked afterwards. Yeah, that's not really when we needed it to work. We needed it to work beforehand. So they went ballistic after that, and I get that, right? But eventually people came to the realization, it's not really her job as to who gets on planes or not. It's not the Department of Homeland Security. As Tom Ridge, the former Department of Homeland Security head for Bush, explained, that they don't gather the intelligence. They just utilize it after it's been gathered. So people realized, no, we're going after the wrong person here. Now, they didn't mind that, like, whatever, attack, and then we'll figure it out later. They're Republicans, right? But now they've decided on Fox News, in this case, Greta Van Susteren with Karl Rove, they're going to go after the right guy. It's the intelligence guy. So, all right, good. This at least makes sense. Let's go to clip number 2 and listen to them go after this guy.
But somebody had the job, Karl, to coordinate all this information to one center place. I cannot believe that after 9/11, we didn't figure out that we have to have some sort of central resource.
We did.
Well, whoever's in charge of that. Who's in charge of that?
The Counterterrorism Center is where the problem probably occurred. Because, look, there are lots of... We know that the State Department passed on the information. We know the CIA received it. We know that the Counterterrorism Center received it. They get a gigantic amount of data. And the question is, how do you pick out these pieces and understand them and analyze them?
Somebody had that job.
And someone had that job. And so many people had that job, because you can't trust one person at this. And there are lots of data streams that need to be evaluated simultaneously by different people.
And it's probably an enormously complicated job. It is terribly difficult, but whoever had it apparently isn't up for the job, for whatever reason. And I might have failed worse than this person on more occasions, but I don't have that job. I haven't accepted that job. Whoever has that job really shouldn't be in that job.
Well, look, though, that's a continuing problem that every day you have to work on.
Now, look, they nailed it, okay? It's the National Counterterrorism Center. It makes sense. It really is, okay? And so who has that job? They keep wondering. Well, we know who has it. It's the director of the National Counterterrorism Center. His name is Michael Leiter. Here's the problem. He was hired in 2007 by George W. Bush. Oopsie doopsie. Yeah. See, Karl, you had a hand in hiring that guy. The guy you just agreed was the guy most responsible for this screw-up. Congratulations. So now, here comes the very expected backpedal, 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 backpedal. Go ahead, Karl. Backpedal away.
Is it your sense, Karl, that we are nowhere near that mindset?
No, we aren't. In fact, the biggest problem is not within the NCTC and within the intelligence community.
No.
Look, I want to say one word of defense for them. There's a lot of information flowing through there. It seems to me this should have been caught. But there is a lot of information flowing through there, and the expectation that human beings are going to be perfect 100% of the time, or that the system of computers and algorithms and detection software is going to be perfect 100% of the time is just wrong. We live in a dangerous world in which it is a complicated puzzle to find actors like the Christmas Day bomber. Mm-hmm. But this system clearly broke down. To me, the problems are equally bad in the aftermath of it. The biggest decision with the judgment failure in my mind was the immediate decision by Holder and others to treat the Christmas Day bomber as a criminal defendant, not as an enemy combatant.
Oh, I love that. All of a sudden, he's not one person. I mean, who can you really blame? No. The fact that the guy got on the plane is no problem at all. No. It's what they did afterwards and how they're treating him as a defendant. Right, Karl. Right. By the way, the guy has confessed to everything. Treating him as a criminal defendant, who cares? It's going to be the easiest conviction of all time. Okay, we got the guy on the plane, and then he told us about all the things he did to try to bomb the plane and kill everybody. Okay, that's not the problem. The problem is the guy you hired let him on the plane in the first place. You know, I did National Counterterrorism Center. I wouldn't really blame them. Really, Karl, what changed your mind? Oh, you realize after your first appearance that you and George W. Bush hired that guy? Could that be it? Look, that Michael Leiter guy, by the way, disastrous. Okay. Now, I'm not putting it all on him, and the part Rove is right about is that it's a complicated, system, and everybody's got a hand in it, and you really got to figure out what went wrong in the system. Okay, and Obama says, and that's largely true, right? But Leiter's not helping himself. You know what he did after this bombing incident? He took a vacation, a skiing vacation. And people were getting on him saying that he was on vacation during it, and the rest of the Obama administration goes to defend him and say, no, no, no. He took his annual 6-day leave after the event. If I was the director of National Counterterrorism Center, I'm not sure I would have gone on my ski vacation right after this event. I might have delayed it. I know you've probably been looking forward to it for a while, but have some sense. Put some thought behind it. Now look, remember, Bush hired the guy, but Obama kept him. So you got to keep it real. You know, everybody's at fault here. If you didn't think the guy was up to the job, why'd you keep him? Okay? So that responsibility goes all around. Okay? But I loved Rove's backpedal. I loved when he realized, oops, that was our guy.